Have you tried out the new Domination Shipment? Can't understand where you're getting shot from? Can't understand the logic behind the new map? Well, let's try to get that sorted out in today's video. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Hamii here. Welcome back to another video. And today's video is not going to be very entertaining, not going to be very comedic, but today it's going to be very informative and try to have as much constructive criticisms trying to get this new Shipment Domination spawns sorted out. If you guys aren't aware, Infinity Ward changed up the spawn system on Domination Shipment to where you can no longer theoretically spawn trap in it. That was the hopes, but they think they've changed the map a little too far, not from just spawn trapping, but just general enjoyment and playability of the map. So if they're willing to change it once, hopefully if we're constructive enough with our criticism, maybe they'll listen again and be willing to change it. So on that note, if you guys could, I would greatly appreciate a like and a comment on this video, not for the channel, not for me, not for just general views for us, but I would love to get this video out as much as possible. And if likes and comments generate more of a chance the video will be recommended on the YouTube algorithm. So that hopefully would make the video more popular and the developers would maybe see this video and be open to change the map to make it more of a playable experience. So today we're going to be going over the concept of domination, how the old Dom Shipment worked, and how this new improved, quote, off quote, Dom Shipment works, and how I think that this map could easily be improved with not much effort on the developer side of this. So let's hop right on into it. What is Domination? Domination through the years is not a capture the flag game mode. If you wanted to play capture the flag, you'd go play capture the flag. Domination is the concept of capturing and holding flags to dominate the enemy team, where the flags that you captured dictated where the enemy and your team would spawn. So theoretically, think about it. If your team holds C flag and B flag, the enemy would spawn on A, or vice versa. And if the enemy held just B flag, they would have a neutral spawn, and that would basically be how it worked. And therefore, if a certain amount of your team would cross the threshold of either A or C that you're dominating in, the enemy team would have a small flip of players behind B flag on the flag that they did not control, which would give them a chance to capture the flag and switch the spawns. So that is how Domination should work in theory. Now, the old Domination Shipment on the older Call of Duties had this same premise. If you held A and B, they'd spawn C, or vice versa. And if they held just B flag, the spawns would be very random. This gave you a chance to understand the spawns of the game. There's a small number of spawns, but if you had a basic understanding of the game, you could easily predict where the spawns were. Now, if you abuse this, it was spawn trapping with a 6-man, but outside of that, that's not what I'm here to necessarily criticize, because you don't have to spawn trap Shipment. I just want to have it playable to where you would be able to understand where you would probably get shot from, so where you would have a chance to position yourself correctly to have a good time. The random spawn system on Shipment is never ever a good idea because of how small and chaotic the map is. Now, before this update on this Domination, it was probably one of the least enjoyable spawns for a novice player to play on Domination. Now, it had a colossal increase to the amount of spawn points. Most of the older Call of Duties had under 12 spawn spots. MWR had 8. In this game, it had around 53 different spawn spots for you to spawn, which made it really hard to control from a novice or an inexperienced player. But the spawns would not flip very easily. Now, that's where I think the first issue came into play, where they're trying to fix with this. But you could just spawn trap solo, which you should be able to spawn trap solo, but it was just really easy to get into the spawn trap. Well, then again, it should be if you hold the right flags. Now, this is where people got in butthurt about, was because of the spawn trap, and people didn't agree with that, which is understandable. But the spawns in this game were still sorta predictable if you put in a lot of effort to learn where they were. Now, the new algorithm, why we're all here. If you haven't played Dom Shipment yet and you don't understand the changes to it, what they've basically done is remove almost every single outside spawn of the map. So anywhere around the edge of the map, the old L shapes, if you haven't watched our older videos on Shipment, I'd recommend going to check them out. They go in depth of where all the spawn spots are and how to control them. But basically, on each corner of the map, there's an L-shaped spawn where they'd spawn around the corners of the map. This has basically been removed to where if you set in a corner, they will not spawn there. Whatever flag you control does not matter. You can hold all 3 flags, they'll spawn in the same spot. If you have just one flag, they will no longer spawn on that one flag they have. They will spawn completely random anywhere on the map. And it makes it absolutely unenjoyable to play. Now, what I have experienced, I've played this map probably 50 times or so since this update, and every single time I've played it has been the exact same unenjoyable experience, to where almost every single player will spawn in the X or the cross shape of inside of B flag, just like the first capture spot of Hardpoint. Now this is absolutely unenjoyable. You will constantly get shot in the back. There is no control of the map, and this is the key thing that I think needs to be changed about this. It does not help anybody. It removes a spawn trap, yes, just because they spawn everywhere. Now this does not help novice players. This does not help anybody. It hurts everyone equally, and I think it could easily be changed. So let's go ahead and hop into what I think the developers could spend a little effort on and make this map the most enjoyable Shipment ever. Alright, so now this is the map Shipment. It is a tiny square map with 3 spawn spots, or 3 capture spots on it, A, B, and C, in a diagonal line across the map. Now this is the format that I like to look at it in. Let's go ahead and coordinate this map off to where you have 4 quadrants. You have front A, front C, A, and C. Now this is where your spawn spots are going to be. Now if we take a look, this is where the current meta is. This is where I'm going to say around 80% of the spawn spots are currently in this game. Flag holding does not change them at all. They will spawn in any of these spots. So step 1 is to remove every single one of these spawn spots on the map. There's no reason you should ever spawn in the middle. You should always spawn in a corner. Now why do I think this? Well, if you have a central spawn spot, it's going to constantly allow teammates and enemies to constantly override the B flag. B should be the flag that you fight over. That's the concept of Shipment. You fight over B flag. You spawn on one side, fight for B. Whoever gets B controls the game and dominates the enemy team. So that's kind of the premise of this. If you constantly spawn everyone on B flag, even if you had a side-based flag capture spawn, it would constantly throw people on B flag, and it would constantly switch the spawns. Constantly is a lot here. That's kind of how Shipment works, because it's so chaotic. So remove all of these spawns. The next step, a very easy step that's been with every single iteration of Shipment, and I don't know why they changed it in this game, but they have, is right here. Angle the side crates. Easy. Just angle A crate and C crate to a diagonal angle. And what you do here is make the walls impenetrable. Now what this also does, again, a lot of alsos here, allows them to have a spawn spot where you can't shoot them from the corner. So it eliminates the spawn trap. Easy spawn trap fix right there. So it's just the same. It's been every iteration of Shipment is like that. Now taking a look, where do I think the best spawn spots would be on this map? Now these spawns are a hybrid of World War II spawns and Modern Warfare / COD 4 spawn systems. Now if you look here, there's going to be 3 spawn spots in each corner of the map. If you look, I have these specifically laid out to where every spawn spot would be protected. You could not shoot any of these spawn spots unless you're on that side of the map. So there's 3 spawns on A, 1 in the back corner, then 2 next to each of the side crates. This goes to the same basic layout for each A and C. Now you notice there's no spawn on B or no spawn in crates. Developers love to throw spawns in crates in the theory that they will be protected, so you have a chance to come out. Now I think this is not correct. If you spawn them outside of a crate, there's an easier chance to instantly escape. Now you think, so basically you have just a wall of people, so you're going to switch over. Now you have to have a certain amount of people to switch the spawns. Now if you draw a white line down B flag, this is your quadrants. So you're going to have A and C. Now if 3 enemies cross the line, so your teammates, so if you have 3 of your teammates cross that line, you're going to throw 2 enemies. As we see here, it's going to rotate them from front A to front C and vice versa, from front C to front A. What this does is allows 2 enemies to spawn behind the trapping or controlling team and have a chance to capture C. Now this is critical to how much you do. Now how often you flip spawns is critical on Shipment. You don't want them to flip too much or too little. You have to have the perfect amount. I think if 3 teammates cross B line, the white line I have drawn, 2 of the enemies should flip behind and have a chance to capture it. So I hope this seems really, really easy to fix to me. I hope the developers see this and it would make the Shipment the best Shipment ever. It'd be easy to control, it'd be easy to escape, and it would be impossible to spawn trap on. So I hope you guys drop a like and a comment if you enjoyed this informational video. I'm glad you did, but I hope developers see this, and if you guys change this, it'd mean the world to me. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.